1800 hours Pakistan Standard Time. Assalamu alaikum. This is Radio Pakistan. The news read by Daman Zaman. The headlines. The Prime Minister says industrialization leading to increased exports is the key to eradicate poverty from the country. The Foreign Minister says the Bharatiya Janata Party ideology of Hindutva has deprived the Indian Muslims of their constitutional and lawful rights. The Pakistan Army Amendment Bill 2020 was introduced in the National Assembly today. Pakistan, while viewing with deep concern the recent developments in the Middle East, has urged all the parties to exercise maximum restraint and resolve issues diplomatically. In occupied Kashmir, the Imam of Srinagar's historic Jamia Masjid has appealed to Kashmiris to hold demonstrations against the continued lockdown imposed by India. In India, the West Bengal Chief Minister has vowed to continue protests against the controversial act until it is repealed. And now the news in detail. Prime Minister Imran Khan says industrialization leading to increased exports is the key to eradicate poverty from the country. Addressing a ceremony after laying the foundation stone of Allama Iqbal Industrial City in Faistabad this afternoon, he said this specialized economic zone is a major step towards the realization of China-Pakistan Economic Corridor. The Prime Minister said China-Pakistan Economic Corridor is a golden chance for the country to develop. Eulogizing the Chinese model of development, Imran Khan said Chinese investors and entrepreneurs are keen to invest in various sectors in Pakistan. He said Chinese businesses are also willing to transfer vital technology to Pakistan. Underscoring the need to change the national mindset regarding industrialization, he said money making and wealth creation are not bad things for the society. Imran Khan said Pakistan also needs to enhance its agricultural productivity to gain maximum benefits of favorable land and climate. He emphasized the need of imparting technical skills and education to the youth of the country to increase their employability. Earlier, the Prime Minister Imran Khan also inaugurated Panaga for homeless people in the city. He visited different parts of the shelter home and inspected the facilities being provided there. He was also briefed about the facilities. The Prime Minister joined the settlers of the Panaga in Meal. On the occasion, a memorandum of understanding was also signed for the running the shelter home. The Foreign Minister Shah Mahmood Qureshi says the BJP ideology of Hindutva has deprived the Indian Muslims of the constitutional and lawful rights. Addressing the concluding ceremony of Urs of Hazrat Shah Rukun Alam in Multan today, he condemned India for not granting visa to its Muslim minority members to come to Pakistan to attend the Urs. The foreign minister said the entire region, including Pakistan, has been facing difficulties due to the Indian government's policies. He said the people of Indian-occupied Kashmir are passing through the worst phase of their lives as they are not safe in their homes. About the situation in the Middle East, the foreign minister said a lot of problems have been emerging there, which are also affecting Pakistan. The Special Assistant to the Prime Minister on Information and Broadcasting, Dr. Firdaus Ashik Awan, says capacity building of media persons is essential to cater to the requirements of modern age. Addressing a function at the Information Services Academy in Islamabad today, she said in the 24/7 environment of news flow, the role of information officers is highly significant in disseminating information about the policies and activities of public importance. Recognizing the increasing relevance of media in today's age, she said people also need to be sensitized regarding fifth-generation hybrid war that is being launched by forces against the country. She said the journalists who hold the power of pen must be sensitized regarding issues of national priorities. Three bills, including Pakistan Army Amendment Bill 2020, Pakistan Air Force Amendment Bill 2020, and Pakistan Navy Amendment Bill 2020, were introduced in the National Assembly today. The Defense Minister Parvez Khattak tabled the bills. Earlier, the Speaker, with consent of the House, suspended the question hour for next week on a motion moved by Minister of State for Parliamentary Affairs Ali Muhammad Khan. The House will now meet at 11 a.m. tomorrow. The Senate today initiated discussion on the annual report of the National Commission of the Status of Women for the year 2017. On a point of order, the opposition called for discussion on the recent global developments, in particular the possible tensions in the Middle East and its impact on Pakistan. They demanded a thorough debate and statement by the foreign minister. The House will now meet again tomorrow at 3 p.m. This is Radio Pakistan. Pakistan has viewed with deep concern the recent developments in the Middle East, which seriously threaten peace and stability in the region. In a statement, the Foreign Office spokesperson Aisha Faruqi said respect for sovereignty and territorial integrity are the fundamental principles of the United Nations Charter, which should be adhered to. She said it is also important to avoid unilateral actions and use of force. The spokesperson urged all the parties to exercise maximum restraint, engage constructively to de-escalate the situation, and resolve issues through diplomatic means in accordance with the United Nations Charter and the international law. In occupied Kashmir, the Imam of Srinagar's historic Jamia Masjid, Sayyid Ahmad Naqshbandi, has appealed to the Kashmiri people, particularly the religious scholars, to hold demonstrations against the continued lockdown imposed by the Indian authorities. According to Kashmir Media Service, the Imam, addressing the Jummah congregation at the historic mosque today, strongly condemned the detentions and house arrests of Hurriyat leaders, activists, and the youth. He said the occupation authorities have created an atmosphere of fear and intimidation in Srinagar by deploying heavy contingents of troops around the Jamia Masjid and monitoring the movement of people through drone cameras. Meanwhile, an atmosphere of fear continued to prevail in the Kashmir Valley and Muslim-majority areas of Jammu and Ladakh regions due to unrelenting lockdown, which remained enforced on the 152nd consecutive day today. In India, the West Bengal Chief Minister Mamata Banerjee has vowed to continue protests against Discriminatory Citizenship Amendment Act, saying agitation will continue until the controversial law is repealed. She stated this while speaking at an anti-CAA rally in North Bengal today. Mamata Banerjee also accused BJP-led government of deliberately creating confusion over the implementation of National Register of Citizens. Iran has condemned the killing of its Revolutionary Guards Al-Quds Force General Qasem Soleimani in Iraq, terming it as an act of international terrorism. In a tweet today, the Foreign Minister of Iran, Mohammad Javad Zarif, said actions of targeting and assassinating are extremely dangerous and a foolish escalation. Meanwhile, in a statement, Washington said Iranian commander Qasem Soleimani was developing plans to attack Americans in Iraq and the Middle East. The Iraqi Prime Minister Adil Abdul Mahdi has also condemned the American killing of Iranian commander Qasem Soleimani and Iraqi militia commander Abu Mahdi al-Muhandis and said it would aggravate the situation. In a statement, the American airstrike was a dangerous escalation that will light the fuse of a destructive war in Iraq, the region, and the world. The Turkish parliament has approved a bill to deploy troops in Libya in support of the embattled United Nations recognized government of national accord. The motion was moved with 325 votes in favor and 184 against. In Afghanistan, 8 militants were killed and 3 injured during a gunfight with the government forces in Kunduz province today. The provincial governor's spokesman said fighting happened when militants launched attack on government forces checkpoints in Kahwa Khana area of the province. And finally, the weather. Rain, thunderstorm, snowfall over the mountains with cloudy weather condition is expected at isolated places in Kashmir and Gilgit-Baltistan during the next 12 hours. However, fog is likely to prevail in a few plain areas of South Punjab, Upper Sindh during morning and night hours. And that is the end of this news bulletin. For more news and analyses, log on to our website, radio.gov.pk, and you can also watch the live video streaming of our bulletins on the link facebook.com/Radio Pakistan News Official.